Welcome to this latest edition of the Black Hole Podcast. With this one, I wanted to discuss what the things that African Americans, Afro Americans, Black Americans can learn from the immigrants, foreign Americans. What we can learn from these people in the workplace. Oftentimes, we look at it as an us versus them type of thing. In a way, it is, but I see it as more so you versus yourself, because it all comes down to you in the end, whether or not you're going to achieve your goals or not achieve your goals. How you think about life, how you don't think about life, your mindset, that's totally in your control. Now, a little background, a few years ago, I had some financial missteps. I don't know, I built myself up, and like I was in sales in my late 20s, early 30s. I was in sales. I finally was doing good. Had some money in the pocket. Had some ideas about branching out, trying some new things, self-employment. I had a lot I wanted to do, but then some personal crisis happened. It kind of shook me. By the time though, I didn't realize what was going on. You don't realize till later, but it affected me deeply, and it shook me. And I think I would say this: I made some bad decisions in life, some bad decisions financially. Ended up having to pretty much start over again. I didn't really have and I still don't really. I'm one of those people that don't have a career, just have a job. You get a job, you work there a while, you move up, whatever. So I was in my 30s, I think early or mid 30s. Early. It's a few years ago, so maybe early to mid 30s. I'm having to start over, and I don't have a kind of technical degree. I don't have any particular training. I just have a resume that's kind of, kind of sporadic in a way, because I would do multiple jobs. I would do self-employment. I had a lot of stuff I was trying to do. Didn't really fit with any entry-level positions. And at the time, I didn't have confidence. I didn't want to go for nothing. I guess I could have went for something not entry-level, a little higher up. I could have. But I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have the fight in me. I didn't have the vigor, the energy to go after anything else. I didn't want to have to get back into the meat grinder, so to speak. So I was looking for just something low end, anything low end, low stress. I wanted some low end and low stress. And I was working for a cleaning company, right? And at first I was thinking, okay, man, I'll do this for like a couple of months until I get back to where I need to be at. Because this is beneath me. This work's beneath me. And I worked with some Mexican Americans, some Africans. I believe some Africans were up in there, and maybe some others. I can't remember, but it was a lot of immigrants up in there, as I do recall. And I remember how I'll just watch them, right? They would just come to work, do their crappy job, and they wouldn't complain about it. They wouldn't complain. They would just do their little crappy job, their little low status job, and they would do it, coming on time, not complain, do their job, and go home to their family. And I realized myself, I would come to work and do the job. It's all the time I'm doing the job, I'm feeling this angst inside myself, like this is beneath me. This is that. I should be doing better. I should be making more money. I should have a different position in life. I should have to do this. So I'm over here beating myself up in the head. I'm over here thinking all these things about it, and they're just whistling while they work, doing this low status job, doing it well, and just going home. And I saw myself then, like, I'm being really spoiled. because the goal should be just to do your work, go home. You can make moves later, but don't complain in life. Don't cry. Don't bitch. Don't gripe about it, man. Just sometimes life. This is what you have to do in life. You just have to do it, and just shut up and do it, and quit being spoiled, quit complaining. Okay. So I started watching. I was watching immigrants, seeing how they were doing things, and it's like, hey, let me try this on myself. Let me try just doing the job and not thinking about the status of the job, not thinking about anything else. Just do the job. Live cheaply. I saw that they were living cheaply, frugally, and just make the best out of the situation you're currently in until you can come out of that. And so I did that for a couple years. Probably about 3 years I did that. I just kept my nose to the grindstone and lived cheaply, didn't complain, just came to work, did my job, and went home. And now I'm in a lot better position now. I don't have to clean no toilets or nothing anymore. I don't think I have to do that ever again. And that was something I learned from the immigrants in the workplace. Just shut up, do your job, don't complain. The focus seemed to be on their family, whatever else they were doing. Focus on that. Don't focus on this perceived status thing, like, oh, I should have this, I should have that. No, just, focus on bringing some bread home to your family. And that was a simple thing. A lesson I learned from the immigrants that I didn't know, that I didn't know before. I was always in my 30s, and I didn't know this, because I think Americans, we can be, most of us can be very, very spoiled. Like, we should have this, and entitled. That entitlement that we have in America. We should have this, we should have that. And it helped knock that entitlement away from me. And since then, also, I've traveled more too. So I've actually seen more of the world. So that even helped even more me knocking away the American entitlement that we often have here. Helped me knock that away even more. Help me value what's really important in life. Like, hey, I'm blessed. I have nothing to complain about in life. As long as I can feed myself, as long as I can be responsible for the people that rely on me and take care of my business, then that's what's important in life, And that's why often immigrants come over here, they thrive. Why not Native Americans, but Americans born in America. You see us going on welfare, being unemployed, while the foreigners don't do that most of the time. It's something to think about. So maybe next time you're at work, take a look around you, see how some of these immigrants are operating, see how they're moving. You might be able to learn something that can apply to yourself and improve your situation. That's all for this one.